From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. Today's Americana Outdoors is all about that bass. We'll meet up with Wade Middleton and Elite Series Pro James Niggemeyer on a Central Texas reservoir for some wintertime fishing. Plus, we're heading east to join Cody Levy as he fulfills one of his dreams of bass fishing in Florida at Bienville Plantation. But first, let's spend a day on the water with another Elite Series Pro, Jason Christie, up in Oklahoma.
We've had record flooding, and most of the lakes are 20 to 30 foot high, chocolate red mud. So I've had to, go to a smaller lake. It's a public lake, but a smaller lake, and you can see on the bank how fast the water's coming down. Just in a day's time, it's come down almost a foot. So the lake's dropping and the water's cold. It's like 40 degrees. I expect it to get up, 3 or 4 degrees. But kind of what I'm thinking is we're going to start off this morning maybe, throwing a jerk bait, something, kind of slow. And as it warms up throughout the day, hopefully we can go like to a spinner bait or a jig or something like that and catch them a little bit more aggressive. It looks like to me, he went for the head of it. That's, that tells me that the color I'm throwing is a good color, even though he's little. All right, here's a really cool thing from Garmin. I'm a professional fisherman, and I still like to fish these little bitty lakes. And this lake here is probably 400 acres and doesn't have mapping. So with Garmin, it has something new called the Quick Draw. I'm actually out here while I'm fishing, idling around, and I'm drawing a map of the lake out here in the whites where I haven't been yet. So, once you start getting out in there, you're going to see it. See how out in front of me, as I'm idling, it's drawing the contours. There we go. That's a good one. Man, I like catching them in the wintertime, fat and that one. This is the one. This big one. That's a big one. I don't know how much she weighs, but that is a big old fish. Look at them old pretty black spots. Big old eyes, look at her bugging out. All in a row. I like it. Dude, I ain't kidding. I watched that son of a gun come up there and get it. Now that right there is not the biggest fish, but that is why I run Panoptics. I just watch him sneak up and then actually watch him eat the bait like you would on regular sonar. That's a big fat one. And that's why I run, just one fish, that's the difference. That fish could be the difference between a check, making the classic, and winning the tournament. Today we're throwing a rogue, and the water conditions, we probably got a foot visibility. It's kind of dirty, to be jerking a rogue, and that's why I'm throwing Fire Tiger Rogue. And the rogue just has a real slow action. It's not real quick, and that's what I want when that water gets cold. And that's kind of my rule. The darker the water, kind of the darker the bait I go to, and the clearer it gets, the more translucent shad colors I go to. Starting in the morning, we had some pretty tough conditions. Bluebird, not a lot of wind, off-color water, 42-degree water, and probably the biggest factor was the water has fallen about a foot since we've been here. But we developed a pretty strong pattern, for the wintertime. We had a good day, considering the circumstances, and the thing is, it changes every day. And, even though I developed the pattern early, I kept trying some other things. I tried spinnerbait quite a bit and had one bite on it, but just nothing ever went. Whenever you got 42-degree water, you don't have a lot of options. It's not like you can pick up a buzz bait or burn a crankbait. You're kind of limited to the options, and I think we did pretty good considering the circumstances.
Keep tabs on all the latest technologies with the Americana Outdoors staff online every day at AmericanaOutdoors.com. Oh, and find them on Facebook for the latest content, both on and off the water.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
What I love about the Bradley Smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley Smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley Smoker every time I cook. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
At Yamaha, reliability is a family tradition. Meet the next generation. 4 new advanced technology-inspired inline 4-cylinder performers. Bred from the reliability and boater satisfaction that is part of Yamaha's DNA. They prove that when power gets lighter, faster, stronger, and smarter, boating gets even better. And more satisfying for boaters like you.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Ranger Boats. Still building legends one at a time. And by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're now heading south for some slightly warmer temperatures with Wade Middleton and James Niggemeyer as they try a new technique on an old bait.
Fish. Good one.
Oh, that's not right.
Hey, if you're going to spend that much time
rigging up,
just back there I had missed one. Back hook,
nice,
one hook.
Nice healthy fish.
I know it.
So he just swiped at it, didn't he?
Swiped at it. I'll take any bite that is landed, and I'm happy about it. That winter to spring transition for bass fishing is something that all of us as anglers get excited about. You know, as Christmas ends, most fishermen are starting to polish that boat a little bit. They're starting to work on their tackle boxes. They're getting excited for their fishing trips that are going to be coming up. And at the first sunny day, they're going to run out to the lake and you know, wet a line that they can. And some of those fishing trip days are some of the hardest because the fish are in such a transition. They're doing so many different things. It can make it very difficult to even get a bite.
I got one.
There he is. He's up there shallow.
Yeah, he was. Man, he's pulling. I mean, he ate it too.
Yeah, there wasn't any doubt on him.
Yeah, just barely on the lip there.
On there enough that he counts.
That's right. Like I'm like you. As long as I get him in the boat, I'm happy.
Water temperature is such a key thing in the springtime. To me, when I see that temperature climbing, it is really going to get me excited. And I'm always paying attention to that temperature gauge on my depth finder, probably more so in that winter to springtime transition than any other time that there is, because there's so many variables there. You know, you can go in the back of one pocket, for instance, and find 55-degree water, but you can go in the back of another pocket and find 60-degree water. Well, when you're talking about fish that are moving up to spawn, getting out of that pre-spawn to the spawning mode, that warmer water potentially could be the mother lode of fish. That could be where 80% of the fish are in that area that you're fishing, and that's why you're getting more bites. That's why you may need to concentrate more of your time there. So I really pay a lot of attention to water temperature when I'm in this period of the winter to the springtime. That transition when the water's finally warming up.
Pretty fish.
You just kind of feel like this time of the year, this is where fish ought to be.
Yes, and I'm ready to get up there shallow and have some fun wrestling them out of that cover.
For the bite that we had on this body of water, a bladed jig on a 7-foot medium heavy action rod with 16-pound copolymer line with a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel was the ultimate setup for me. I felt like I could feel those fish. I felt like I could feel that bladed jig vibrating in the water. And I think it's really important to have that kind of a backbone, that medium heavy, so that when a fish comes up behind it, they have that bigger jig hook. It's a single hook in there. You want to be able to drive that hook home and put some pressure on them and get them coming away from the cover, coming away and coming to you, gain control of that fish and be able to put it in the boat.
Every one of these fish are just so healthy.
Bass coming out of that winter to springtime transition, they're on the move a lot. You know, one flick of the tail in certain bodies of water, they can go from 2 feet out to suspended in 40 and conversely come all the way to the bank. They're traveling specific corridors, drains and ditches, getting to where they want to spawn. They're setting up in certain areas that they're comfortable with. And you know, as a fisherman, finding those areas is the key to success. And you know, I look at what James and I have done so far today on the water, and it's like a third of the way back in almost every pocket is where we find them. There's going to be some little underwater drop off, maybe a little depression, maybe it's a little deeper, but the biggest thing for us has really been this finding this kind of pond slime, some green gunk on the bottom. It's not really a grass. It's not like a hydrilla or a milfoil. It's you know, I call it snot grass. There's other people who have other names for it, but it's really something slimy. And everywhere we can find that slime, we're picking up some fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Golly.
I'll get out the way of him.
There we go. All right. Put it back in the water.
We'll be right back with more big bass in Central Texas with Wade Middleton and Elite Series Pro and fellow Cabela's ambassador, James Niggemeyer.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic ice.
Bubba Blade. Bubba Blade.
The Bubba Blade is the ultimate sportsman's knife. For fishing,
One cut and you're through, guys, kind of like butter. Just like butter.
hunting,
you can see it, just took that right off.
Camping, or just carving up meat at the barbecue. If you've got a sportsman in the family, they're going to want to have a Bubba Blade knife. The super sharp edge and the large patented handle that gets sticky when wet makes the Bubba Blade a perfect sportsman's knife. The handle protects your hands from the blade, and the trigger grip and thumb pads let you have total control of the knife. The Bubba Blade comes in different styles and sizes to fit the need of every sportsman. So whether it's for the boat, hunting, camping, or just for slicing meat at a barbecue, the Bubba Blade is the ultimate knife for the sportsman. Go online at BubbaBlade.com to order your Bubba Blade today.
At Amphibia, we've resolved to build a product that nobody else offers, using methods that nobody else is using, optimized for life on water and land. The choice of top bass fishing pros. Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities, and to float in water. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Sawyer Products, Sawyer, we keep you outdoors. And by Gill, respect the elements. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're on a Central Texas reservoir for some wintertime bass fishing with Wade Middleton and Elite Series Pro James Niggemeyer.
I've been looking forward to getting out on the water with Wade a long time. We've gone out on the coast and fished redfish. We've had a blast. It was just a whole lot of fun. We were able to get out there and kind of break down. We didn't really know what we were getting into. Together we worked as a team. We both thought it was going to be soft plastics, finesse type presentations, slowing down, but we ended up catching them on moving baits. And once we found out we could catch them on moving baits, we never looked back. The biggest one of the day right there.
Right there. We'll let her go back.
There's so many preconceived notions when you're out fishing. Well, first there's the idea of where I think I can catch them and what I think I can be doing to catch those fish, but also what I want to do as a person, as an angler. Keeping an open mind to maybe try something else that might be a little bit outside of the box, because when they're not where they're supposed to be, you need to try where there shouldn't be. So that's something that I really try to do, and also stay true to myself, fish the things that I like to fish.
When you look at springtime techniques, guys are really looking at throwing some moving bait, say a lipless crankbait around some submerged grass. But there's so many other ways to go catch them in those times of the year when that water temperature is between 55 and 65. And it's just a matter of getting confidence in a technique and understanding that reactionary bite, understanding what's going to trigger them, and then keep pushing it. Today, I had some confidence in that blade bait. We're out there and I was throwing it out and reeling it back and letting it fall and pause. And I virtually almost never put it down. I threw it like 95% of the time. And then eventually we both agreed, hey, the soft plastic deal, even though we felt like launching the boat was the deal, we both migrated to, throwing those baits and catching a lot of fish. I was reeling that pretty fast. We'll give him to the helicopter.
So far, we've gotten to check in with one of the top anglers in the bass fishing industry and just how he breaks down water with his Garmin units. Jason Christie is a 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier and a 6-time Forest Wood Cup qualifier that has 14 tournament wins and almost 50 top 10 finishes in his professional career. You can bet I was taking some serious notes whenever we get to watch him fish and talk about his Garmins. Then we got to check in with Americana Outdoors staff member Wade Middleton as he joined up with another Elite Series angler and Cabela's ambassador James Niggemeyer. From the looks of it, these two had a blast and they absolutely tore them up on some bladed swim jigs down in a power plant reservoir in Central Texas. Now I get to take you over to Florida where I was able to spend some time on Bienville Plantation with Ranger Boats Matt Rayner and Ryan Patterson for a bit and see what Florida bass fishing is all about.
Yeah, that's the only challenge with a place like this is everything looks good.
Definitely concentrate on shade as much as possible.
I think what you're doing is perfect, man. I think our best bet is just to basically keep our trolling motor on high and just cover water. Everything looks so fishy, So Cody, it's your first time at Bienville.
This is my first time at Bienville and first time in Florida, so Really looking forward to it. And I'm seeing bass everywhere right now. There's a couple of them right there. This just looks so good out here right now.
It does.
Hard to beat throwing a frog in Florida.
New color Spro frog. They won't know what hit them, Cody. First Bienville bass of the day.
And we're doubled
up. Maybe hit a wad of them.
That's a good way to start.
I hit the power pole right now.
There we go.
We know they're growing bigger here though, Cody, so that's what we're after.
He got all wrapped up in the hook.
So I'm staying with the frog. I think that's my best chance at really getting a true giant blow up, but it's obvious they're willing to hit some stuff subsurface.
That's a nice one.
What are you throwing, Cody?
Chunking. I'm just throwing a shaky head with the black worm. And I mean, I didn't even have that thing in the water 2 seconds and he just started swimming with it real quick, so.
Was that on the point of that?
Yes, right up there.
Okay.
And there's some shade here too, so that's the other thing that might be working in our favor. We've got a little bit of shade right here. The sun's finally come off and burned up what little cloud cover was left, so.
Matt, they're right there.
You just kind of swirl on it?
Yeah.
Did he bump the bait at all?
No, he just came out and looked at it and turned around.
Huh. Oh yeah.
There's one.
There you go.
Good fish.
You took it down pretty good. You can handle that.
Oh, he's a good one. He's bigger than I thought.
That's what you come to Bienville for right there. They'll break you into Florida, right?
Wow, yes. That's awesome.
I think we fished this pocket pretty good. Maybe we go, we kind of idle back towards where we put in, and you know that stretch right in there was good, looked good and shaded. We fished that, and, you know, with a little bit of time we've got left, and see if we can connect.
I'm down.
Americana Outdoors will be right back after these messages. Hobie kayaks provide the ultimate lightweight fishing platforms that will offer anyone what they want when it comes time to hit the water. Hobie Kayak's commitment to innovation, quality, and owner satisfaction is unparalleled in the industry. So when it's time for you to go kayaking, remember there's only one name to remember, and that's Hobie Kayak.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the myth of the Yeti! The Engel High Performance Cooler. It's incredible! Just look at this lid. What a powerhouse! It's so freaking strong, so reliable. I just wanna boom! This silicone gasket's better than rubber.
Why, hello there. Are your basin sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes! After 10 days, still cold, still fresh. Let's see a Yeti do that. With Engel Coolers, it's official. The Yeti is busted.
When I talk about SUNLINE, I think of one word: confidence.
SUNLINE FX2 is what I use for all of my frogging and flipping.
S61 braid, which braid plays a big part in fishing line.
Shooter, I'm going to use in those close quarter deals like flipping and pitching.
One of my favorite techniques in fishing the tournament trail is to fish offshore ledges.
We have taken the questions out of the equation.
Take my word for it. It works. It works, dude.
There's two things between an angler and the fish, the sun and the bugs. Sawyer's line of sunscreens and bug sprays keep you focused on the fish. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen formula bonds with your skin for a more comfortable and better level protection. And picaridin insect repellent will only harm the bugs, never your fishing gear. Also, Sawyer permethrin repels and kills on contact over 55 species of insects. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by Hydrowave, ignite a feeding frenzy, Spro, sports professionals, and by Arctic Ice. We put the cool in coolers. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Now, after fishing for a day with Ranger Boats Matt Rayner and Ryan Patterson, Cody couldn't help but sneak out to fish one last morning while in Florida.
Now, this is an old phosphorus mine that they actually turned into a lake, a private lake here on Bienville Plantation, and it's got a lot of grass, a lot of reeds, deep water, and clear water too. And I'm really excited to just get out there and fish a little bit around here. There's some mats back here that look really promising. I know there's some big fish back here, and so we're gonna try them out. Punch a little, throw some frogs, maybe some cane thumpers around there too, and just kind of see what the fish tell us. Our key, as we've heard from other people, is finding a bank that works and keying in on what you're doing at that bank, and then trying to replicate those exact conditions, those exact compositions and everything like that. So, while everything looks the same, they all have differences. Oh my gosh, he smoked that thing. Oh, it's a good one. Oh my gosh, it's a good one. That is a giant right there. Oh. He's in there somewhere. Oh my gosh. Dude, look at that thing. That is a pig right there. Holy smokes. That is what you come to Florida for, baby. Oh my goodness. What an awesome fish. And that's the start of the morning right there. Oh, stay still. 6'10". A 6.5 pounder, baby. Is a Florida beast right there. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Legs are shaking right now. Like that is what we came to Florida for. And that's the first fish of the day, so gotta get out there and do it again. Well, that beast came in the Spro Bronzeye frog, actually. And that, I have two frogs tied on this morning, the Spro Bronzeye and the Spro Bronzeye poppin' frog. And I like throwing the poppin' frog in more open water, and even like this, I think it's a great frog because it displaces a lot of water. But this one I like for those mats when you have to go right over them. They just glide real easy and real easy to walk. So, and they like them. They like them a lot. He's chasing it. He's chasing it. Oh. Come back. Dude, that was a big one. That feels decent. That's a good one. That's a decent one. Come on up here. There we go. Oh, he's a skinny little fish. Just in the top of the mouth. Another Florida bass. Those are fun. Awesome. See you, little feller? If you're not sure, I can tell you that I definitely enjoyed my time in Florida and cannot wait to be back. But until that time, that's it for our show this week. And for any additional information about today's show or to watch any previous episodes, visit AmericanaOutdoors.com.
Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.